Welcome back to another Film Geek movie review. Today, after the day job, I am off to check out the latest Wes Anderson film, Asteroid City. So, what is the plot of this movie? Well, from the trailer, I don't get a lot of information, but from my best guess is that a group of people go to this place called Asteroid City to see some kind of tech display, and then it looks like aliens show up, and so the people at Asteroid City get stuck there while the government, I guess, tries to work things out. I don't know, man. It's a Wes Anderson film. Okay, so here's how it goes, all right? I am a big fan of Wes Anderson's work. I really am. And I think that Wes is one of those artists, one of those directors that if you are a fan of his films, you're going to go see it. His movies are just so distinct and different from so many things in Hollywood that when you say Wes Anderson film, you're almost discussing like its own genre. And because of the fact I'm a large fan of everything he's done, I'm going to do this review a little bit differently. I'm going to base this off of his other works. I'm not going to, I'm going to review this as a Wes Anderson film and how it fits in with all of his other works, if it's good, bad, and everything like that related to what he's done in the past. I feel that's the best way to do something like this because, like I said, the people who go see this movie are established Wes Anderson fans. At least that's how I see it. I don't see a lot of people just going to his movies because they're like, well, that looks like a good time. That looks like wackiness ensues. No, I feel like it's a very niche thing at this point. Not like a tiny niche thing by any means, or he wouldn't be making movies. I'm just saying it's like a superhero movie. At this point with the superhero movies, people who are superhero fans are going to see these movies. That's just the way it is. And I feel the same way with Wes Anderson. So anyways, enough of me rambling on. I gotta get out of here because first off, I gotta get to work. They have stuff for me to do there. I'm sure there's boxes that need to be received and moved and things of that sort. So I need to get off to the work and then I will be right back with your review of Asteroid City. Welcome back. Just getting home, and I got some sad news, folks. I didn't really enjoy this movie too much, and I don't even mean like it was my least favorite Wes Anderson film. I mean, I did not really enjoy this movie too awful much. Okay, so we're going to do this as I like to do. We're going to start with the negatives, and then we're going to end things on positives. Okay, getting things started with what I did not like about this movie. Number one, I was bored. I was really bored throughout a lot of this movie. I was actually at a point, and Charming Amy even brought this up, where I was reaching for my phone naturally. Like, I am in a theater, and there are people around me, and I'm just starting to put my hand in my pocket, getting ready to check out what the hell's up on Twitter or something. And I'm like, oh, wait, no, movie theater, must pay attention. I'm sorry, guys, but this film really bored the snot out of me, and I think that has to do with the fact that the story is pretty much non-existent. At least it's very faint. I didn't enjoy it. There really wasn't much there. The description I gave at the beginning is pretty much the entire movie. People show up at Astro City. They're actually there for a science fair. They're honoring these teen geniuses. But that doesn't even matter. None of it matters. They show up there, they do their little thing, they show off their experiments and everything, and that's it. Like, there's other things that happen. Yes, the aliens show up, but none of this matters. Nothing really causes any kind of story. It's just events in a row that just happen, and that's it. And so, yeah, the story really didn't do a doggone thing for me, and I was really bored. Every now and then, a little joke or something might happen, a visual joke. There's one moment in the movie that really just stands out a lot. Like, it doesn't even hit the tone of the film. It's very odd, and I almost wonder if it was a mistake on set that they were like, I like that, and rolled with it, but I don't know. Anyways, like I said, things just kind of move along and happen. Story wasn't great. The acting in this film also was really weird. Like, everybody pretty much acted the same. I don't know how else to put it that way. Now, there was no real characterizations. There were no characters. There were people with quirks, but they weren't fleshed out characters. It's like, I am the father, I am a photographer, I take pictures randomly. And then Tom Hanks, I am grandfather, I am slightly stern and I am older. And that's pretty much it. Oh, sorry, Scarlett Johansson, I am famous actress. There's no real personality, it's just quirks, maybe. And that's it. I did not really mesh with any of the characters. I really didn't care for anybody. I didn't, nothing mattered. I was just kind of like, if Asteroid City just gets wiped off of the face of the planet, I'm all right with that. Like, it was just nothing of substance there when it came to story or characters, character development, nothing. It was just kind of weird how it all worked out. Okay, so now you're probably sitting there going, you said positives. What did you like about this movie? Okay, well, first off, I love the visual effects. Now, I don't mean like visual effects as in like special effects and CGI. Just, I should say, the visuals. The film is beautiful. It's very stunning, and it's filmed in an extremely, extremely well way. There's a lot of your well-known framing that you get from Wes. There's a lot of really good shots. There's some really neat little pan-over shots, and somehow they don't ever get lose focus or anything. The man is a master when it comes to cinematography. The set itself looks great. I like the whimsy and neatness of all of the little huts and everything else in this little community they were staying at. I liked all of that. The world building visually was there. It was just nothing really had any personality. And I don't know if that might be something that was meant to be, if this was something that was a stylistic choice for the plot to be pretty much non-existent and everything to be visuals. Cool. I wish I would have known that going into it, but okay. I'm in the positives, aren't I? Sorry. Okay, so visually speaking, yes, you get all of the great things that you normally get with Wes Anderson when it comes to the look of the film, the vibe, the feel, like kind of, it looks and feels like a Wes Anderson film, but it doesn't have the emotional heart that you normally find in one of his movies. Even with all the quirky and weirdness, you have points where you will feel the old tears welling up and things of that sort. It touches you on an emotional level. And this movie, literally it was stuff like Jason Schwartzman looking out a window at Scarlett Johansson like, hello. Oh, sorry, he has a pipe. His pipe. Why, hello. It looks like the sky is blue today. Back in mouth. And then she would answer, quite blue. And seriously, that was really the whole movie. And I do know that is something kind of stylistic with Wes Anderson movies, but dang, the dialogue and everything, it just did not work. Oh gosh, I'm still in the positives. I keep doing that. All right, visually speaking, everything was great. I just, as you can see, unfortunately, I didn't like this movie, and I didn't even dislike as a Wes Anderson film. I just didn't like it as a movie in general. I'm sorry to report, guys. Alright, well, I'm going to end it there because I feel like the more I try to compliment this movie, the more I give it a backhanded compliment, and I don't want to do that. Because a lot of work and love did go into filming and the look of this movie. And like I said, I could be totally wrong in my entire analysis of this film, and maybe the dialogue and the acting and everything is very connected and it's supposed to mean something, and it just went over my head. And you know what, guys? That's okay. I'm not some kind of film expert or anything. So if there was some kind of hidden meaning to all of this, sweet, I hope you guys find it, because everybody should get something, kind of enjoyment out of something, right? I just didn't get it. But that's all I got for you today, guys. So, I'm sorry, my final analysis. If you are a hardcore Wes Anderson fan and you really love his movies, then this is probably something you're going to go see it. And maybe you'll feel differently than I do, and I hope you do. Now, folks, if this is not something, if you are not necessarily a fan of this person's movies and his directing and his style, just don't go. Wait for it to be on streaming or something. If you're just curious and you want to check it out, give it a little watch later. I'm not saying this is something that you should just avoid and not watch. I'm just saying that if curiosity piques you later on down the road when it's on some service or something you have a subscription to, check it out. If you don't like it, you can turn it off. Alright guys, well that's all I have for you today. Thanks again for checking out the Film Geek. If you liked what you saw here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you can do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.